Got a sensational AFL season on our hands at the moment. The Tigers have won 3 of their last 5. They find themselves in 7th position on the ladder at the moment. They had a nice 35-point win, but had to work hard against the West Coast Eagles, who are getting better with each game. And Jayden Short, well, he's had a nice 26 touches there. He's been in very good nick, and he's been good enough to join us. Go, Jayden.
Morning, boys. Thanks for having me on.
No, thanks for joining us. It was a challenge. The West Coast Eagles are certainly a different side in this second half of the year than they were in the first half.
Nah, 100%. We obviously went over there at the start of the year and they were a bit depleted. Obviously had some waffle players filling in and stuff, so we knew they were a much better team than that, and we had a bigger fight in their hands yesterday, and they certainly showed up, but no, it was good to get the 4 points.
Jayden, you've been flicked around personally. You've been flicked around a lot this year compared to previous seasons. How have you sort of attacked that mentally, and what sort of feedback do you get from coaches around sort of being forward, back in the midfield at times?
Yeah, look, Buxter, I suppose I spent 8 years down back in the back line, and I sort of started my career as a forward, and I was no good down there, so I always had a few demons going back down there, but no, I haven't minded the midfield, to be honest. I got thrown in there, obviously, last time we played West Coast, so that was a different challenge. I got some good support in there that are sort of showing me how to do it, but obviously it's been different. I'm enjoying it, but obviously I've got a lot to learn, but it's been pretty fun. I get to sort of chase the footy a bit more, but obviously it's a bit different to what I'm used to, yeah.
So I sort of, if I go back 3 or 4 years, I mean, I'd describe it as you went in and you as a forward, you sort of started playing the Lambert role, and when you're in the midfield, you were probably playing the Cochin role when he was out for a bit. Did you enjoy your midfield stint, and are you keen to get back in there? Where do you think you have your best input for the team?
Yeah, look, obviously I really enjoyed playing in the back line. I sort of probably made a career as a backman, to be honest, and then obviously a few players went down. I got thrown in the midfield, but look, I'm always looking to improve, Bucks, and I just wanted to sort of put my best foot forward and try and be a good midfielder. And I sort of see myself as a midfielder now, to be honest, and I wouldn't mind improving my game in there and sort of trying to hold my spot in there. So obviously I speak to the coaches a fair bit about how it's going and stuff, and obviously I've got a bit to learn, but I'm sort of learning as I go, and it has been pretty fun. So hopefully they keep me in there, but obviously our backline's holding up pretty well as well. So I'm not sure I'd get back in there, to be honest.
There's a lot of things that are holding up really well. You're still living with Liam Baker?
I am, yeah. He's still at mine, so no, he's been good.
Is he living with you, or are you living with him?
Well, he's in my house, but I live with him. So right. I sort of follow him around. And
no, that's okay. I just wanted to work out who's going to put the rent up, because he's been in fantastic form. I mean, we're all admiring of what you have done as a club over the journey, and now he's seen to elevate himself again. Is there can you put anything down to the form that he's been in?
Oh, probably just living with me, to be honest.
Yes, that's true. Yep.
Gary, but look, I'm always telling him I'm going to up his rent, because it's been the same since he moved in bloody 5 years ago. So, but he's in great form. He's come in like a few of the boys, as a rookie, and just wanted to improve. And I suppose he's always got a point to prove. And the way he's going about his foot is just amazing, and certainly inspirational for everyone else around the club. And he's a great teammate, and he plays the game real well.
All I want to know is this, and all Richmond supporters want to know is, will you be the landlord next year, or has he given you notice? Because we know he's out of contract. We know the West Coast Eagles are circling, or that's the report. Is he going to sign on for another year with you?
Nah, look, I'm pretty confident he'd sign on. To be honest, boys, I've sort of just left him with some space, and I've always said that I never force someone to stay if they want to go home to their families. I suppose it's a bit of a tough one for me. I sort of lost my old man in 2020, and the lucky thing about me was I was in Victoria with my family, so I got to spend time with them. But I mean, when there's blokes from interstate, I never tend to get involved in or in the way of the decision they want to make. But no, I've just left him with some space, and I'm pretty confident he'd stay. But I reckon he'll be here.
Yeah. Jayden, you've played in some as a dual premiership player, you've played in some really good teams in your career, and you're always looking teams are always looking to regenerate and to find different ways of going about it. What would you say are maybe the one or two things that are slightly different that you're in and around your team this year compared to previous teams you've been in at? What are the shifts that Dimmer's been trying to push through for you?
Yeah, obviously a few things changed at the start of the year. Like there was with that stand rule and stuff, we tried to adjust our game plan a bit to that. Sort of probe the ball a bit more early on in the year, and that sort of wasn't really working for us, to be honest. And obviously speed on the ball probably suits us the most. And then obviously our pressure. We've obviously had a few different small forwards come through this year. You've obviously seen Morris Rioli, Judson Clark come through, and just getting back to that pressure, to be honest. And it sort of slipped away a bit, I guess. And yeah, when you don't have it, I suppose you realise how important it is. So just really getting back to that and really backing those small forwards to do that role. That's probably what Dim has been preaching, to be honest. But,
so in that sense, do you feel like you're rewiring towards a very similar theme, but with slightly different a mix of players?
I do, Bucks. Yeah, I think that's sort of. I mean, when you get different players in, I suppose you need to adjust a few things, but. I mean, that's probably the good thing about playing for Richmond, is that there's a system you've got to play, and then the boys just understand what they've got to do. You know, Morris has just come in and just put pressure on. I mean, you used to see that with Dan Butler and Jason Castagna and stuff like that. So it's just been good that, we can sort of get back to that and just trust the blokes that are coming in that they can play that role, yeah. Look,
this isn't current affairs, but we were talking about it earlier about, how to put a successful list together, a list that can contend, mate. You were a rookie draft pick in 2015. When you reflect back on sort of stepping in through the front doors at Richmond, did you feel like you were behind, given that you're a rookie pick? Did you feel like the club embraced you and gave you every opportunity? What were the first couple of years like for you coming into the club?
Yeah, look, I mean, I was always embraced as a player and as a person when I walked through the doors, but I personally felt like I was always a little bit behind just because I was a rookie. Obviously, when you get drafted, obviously you've had a pretty good under-18s year and you're obviously a decent player, but I sort of missed out on that draft. And then coming as a rookie, I mean, I came in with the likes of Kane Lambert and Jason Castagna, both as rookies as well. And I need to thank Kane for probably all the work he put into me and he's paving the way of how to be an AFL footballer. He sort of he missed out in 6 or 7 drafts, and I sort of tried to model my life off him. And obviously, you do feel like you're a fair way back, but I mean, I just sort of came in and tried to work as hard as I could, try to learn as much as I could, and just sort of model my life off Kane. And it's obviously worked out now. But I mean, I was always respected as a person, as a player. It's just you got to sort of earn your spot, I guess, and as everyone does. But
all credit to you, mate. Well done.
Yeah, you've been one of the great pickups, mate. Best and fairest in a premiership year is. I think that doesn't get any better than that. Correct. And you'll be pushing and hard again, I know, for your club to be there again in September this year. So thanks so much for joining us, and good luck for the rest of the year.
No worries, boys. Thanks for having me.
Well done, Jane.
Jayden Short, best and fairest. You just forget that in a premiership year as a rookie.
Yeah, I don't think there can be any higher individual accolade than being being seen by your coaching staff as the most significant contributor in a premiership season.
Yeah, and what a ripper! Sounds like a beauty, mate.